Hello guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are okay. I hope you guys are fine. So today I'm going to make another video about pfSense Blue Team operations and tools. Okay, so today we are going to set up the captive portal on pfSense, but first we have to make some exchanges on our network editor. Okay, remembering that I am using VMware, I'm not using Hyper-V or Oracle VirtualBox or any other, so I didn't try on them. I know it will work on any hypervisor. Okay, I know that it will work perfectly, but to remember, I'm using VMware. So in this case we go to edit on the VMware virtual network editors, and then it's going to open the virtual network editor. So to make change, just change settings. Now first thing I selected here, the first connection is bridged, so I select my adapter. Okay, my Wi-Fi adapter. I could select any other that works, like Killer E2000 2600 gigabyte, but no, I'm going not even change that. And I created a host only network. To do that, just press add the network and then select what do you need, and press OK. I have already my own, so I move to host only, connect a virtual adapter to this network. And then you just press apply. I'm going to cancel because I don't want to change anything, but just to see that, because sometimes and then so after that we come to our pfSense settings, and then here network adapter, the first one will be bridged, and then replicate the physical network connection state. The second one is a custom. You select VMnet 3 host only or the VMnet 2 host only. Alright? After that we press OK, and then here we are going to settings, and here on network adapter we are going to select custom specific virtual network. So we are going to select VMnet 3 host only or VMnet 2 host only, depends on the number here you select. And we'll press OK again. Now we are connected to pfSense. I have a one IP right here, and I have a LAN IP right here, EM0 EM1. Well, it's working already. Now we are going to configure the captive portal. Why should we configure captive portal? Well, let's say that we work for a accountant office and normally clients have to make login, need access to the network to do something. So we can control this. We can create a profile to these users, to these clients, and specify the times, how long they can stay on the network connected, and many things. And we can control everything they do. Also, in hotels, schools, airports, air companies, what else? Universities, many companies, they ask for login. It's like a portal where they give you a password, or they give you the room number and the password, or they give you the room number and your email or your last name or your document number. Well, this is very useful to control access to your network. Okay, so let's do it. First thing, we have to go in Services Captive Portal and add a captive portal. So here is the name. What name can we give? LAN. I'm going to give LAN. And then the zone description, I'm going to give LAN control access. Okay, well, this I appeared because I used before to other things. And save. Okay, so here we are going to enable the captive portal. Now we have two interfaces. We have WAN and we have LAN. We're going to select LAN. Next thing, maximum concurrent connections. It means like how many connections can have my network. I can set up to 10 or 20 or 5 or 100. Depends on the size of your network, depends on the speed of your network. Okay, so I'm going to use here like just 8. Well, the timeout, how long they can be how long they will be disconnected after inactivity, like they are not using the firewall, or the pfSense is checking for connections between, or download or upload between the device and the network, and there is nothing. So how long the device will be disconnected? After 5 minutes. Okay, how long they can be connected? Okay, like, alright, this client will be here for 5 hours, so I select there 5, 60, 60, 120, 120, 240, 4 hours, 240, 300 minutes, right? Like 5 hours. So we can set up for 300 minutes. After 300 minutes, the client will be disconnected, or the user will be disconnected. Okay, so here the traffic quota we can set up. Also we can set like, okay, this client achieved 5 gigabytes and now we are going to disconnect him. Okay, we can do that, no problem. Just put here 500, 5000. Okay, but I'm not going to do that. The next thing is we can pass through credits per MAC address, allow passing through the captive portal without authentication, a limited number of times per MAC address. We can set up here how many times this person can use the internet without the captive portal authentication using the MAC address. I'm not going to set this up. Waiting period to restore pass-through credits, like in hours after he used all the credits, we could set up something, but we are not going to do that neither. Okay. Reset waiting period, we are not going to do that. Logout pop-up window, no, we don't need to enable this, even if we could do that, but don't need. So pre-authentication redirect URL. So set a default redirection. Visitors will be redirected to this URL after authentication only. It means like if you want to personalize Google as a first page, we could set up here, or the name of our company we could set up here. Example, I'm going to use Google. Okay, let's see what's going to happen. https .google.com. Okay, this means like I set up on the wrong place, but here. This will redirect the user to the specified URL. Or after authentication, I'm going to use this. Okay, I'm going to set up here Google also. Or let me see, pfSense download, just to show you guys the portal. Yeah, I'll get here. Catch it here, and then we put it here. Okay, so now blocked MAC addresses. Like, alright, the client or the user cannot use a internet because his MAC address is blocked. We could create a URL for him and redirect this guy and say, hey, sorry, but your MAC address is not allowed, or you cannot access the internet because your MAC address is blocked. Okay, so here, preserve user database. Okay, well, what is it? This option will make every time pfSense is rebooted, the client will still connected. Okay, this, I mean, I normally don't use that, and I'm not going to use here neither. We can filter MAC address, or we can disable MAC address filtering. Okay, pass-through auto entry. When enabled, the MAC address pass-through entry automatically added after the user successfully authenticated. It means after the first time he authenticates and everything goes okay, he doesn't need authenticate no more. Okay, also we can per user bandwidth restriction. We can enable that and say, oh, alright, it's like a QoS, right? Quality of service. We can set up like for 500k and 500k, so this is going to be alright. We can also enable a custom captive portal if we have our own website or own login page. We could do that. Okay, so I'm not going to do that because I don't have it here, but if you have a PHP and a very nice login page, you could set up there, and then you could display the logo of your company here and the background either. Alright, you could enable and choose a personalized background. So we could set up the terms of conditions and conditions. And now here in the authentication method, we have the use authentication backend. Select an authentication method in the zone. Alright, so we can select user authenticated backend, none. They don't have to authenticate anything to access the network, or use reduce MAC address. Okay, reduce MAC address authentication method will try to authenticate devices automatically with their MAC addresses without displaying any login page. Okay, and we don't want that because we want to have control of who is accessing and everything else. So here, authentication backend will force the login page to be displayed and will authenticate users using their login and password, or using vouchers. We could create a voucher. Alright, I'm not going to show this because this is more functional than showing a lot of options. You guys can just check here. Vouchers could also be used. Go to the vouchers page right here, and you can enable the creation. Okay, we can generate the new keys, right? And then the character, it's here, it's 16. All right, invalid the magic number we could set up here. Okay, and we could check send a message expired, no expired, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so here we are going to select use an authentication backend, select the database detail, just the first one. Okay, please don't select the secondary. Do not select the secondary authentication, because you are going to have two authentications in the same page, and we don't need that. So re-authenticated connected users every minute. No, we don't want to do that neither. So allow only users groups with captive privilege. Okay, and enable HTTPS if we have a certificate, and I'm going to show you guys how to create it later. I'll just press save. Well, we have here, let me see, yeah, already here. You must log into this network before you can access the internet. So let me see something. Facebook.com, it's not going to allow me to access the internet. There is no way. Okay, so the network here is still connected with internet access, but will not allow me to access. So here, well, I don't have a username. Let's say, let me try something. See, invalid credentials. So what I'm going to do now, we are going to system user manager. Why is it? Let's say we work in hotels. Obviously we cannot select like create user every time, because some hotels has 1,000 of clients per month, so it will be a very hard work. Normally they do a voucher, alright, but in industry, corporations, offices, they use this kind of authentication, login and password. Okay, so I will create another one. We can disable this guy. This user cannot log in. Okay, but I'm going to make this guy log in. Remembering this is a lab, so I'm not worrying about a powerful password, but I really recommend you guys to use that, a very powerful password. So expiration date, well, let's say we work a dev company, or we work in a project, or we have a project and we invited some external guys to work in our labs or infrastructure with our infra. What we can specify how long they will have access to our network. Okay, I'm going to put here just 20 tomorrow, and we can use this, put this guy with custom settings. We can use custom settings for this guy, but no. Group membership, we can create groups, administrators, users, or we can create even departments to do that. So certificate, we can create one here, but we are not going to do that now. And authorized SSH keys and IPsec per shared key. We don't have that, we don't need that for now. So I'm going to save it. Done. Let me just refresh this page. Okay, access denied. Let me see. Oops. Let me see something. Okay, let me see something. Oh, I did something wrong. clicks. Alright. I'm going to use this group. Okay. Effective privileges. We can use some privileges over here. Okay, but we don't need that. Okay, the password I'm going to change actually. Okay, this is your can log in. Yeah, that's all. Alright. Let me see here. Wow. Why it's not going anywhere? So effective privileges. Okay. Well, I could create another group obviously, but no. Here we can select like the portals. Okay, user services. This guy can access. Okay, let's just set this. It's not necessary, but I'm checking why it's not happening. What's happening actually? Sorry. Sections timeout, authentication servers. Okay. Let me see the status. Let's connect all users. So LAN control access, I think it's here. Yeah, just people with privileges. No. Let me see. Yeah, was there people with privileges? So here now we can access the internet, Facebook and other things. After we restart the computer, we have to log in again. Sorry. Or if we reboot pfSense, we will have to log in again and again and again and again. Okay, so that's it guys for now. Just refresh on the status. Let's see who is connected. Here we have the IP address, we have the MAC address, the username and the session start. We could just disconnect this user here and then he had to connect again. Let me see here. Again, let me see here with admin. Yeah, the admin we could connect normally. Okay, so that's it guys for now. Thanks a lot for watching this video. If you guys like it, just give me a like, share it for friends, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe and help my channel, help me to grow this channel. And well, see you guys on the next video.